Hello, and welcome to the, I guess this is kind of a 60s style shirt. 60s, 70s, not really. In this video I'm going to be unboxing this set, the Scooby-Doo 50th anniversary set. This is the complete series of the Where Are You, of course the third season, which wasn't technically Where Are You, it was like the Scooby-Doo Hour or something like that, is all presented here, so it's like 40 odd episodes, which is quite nice. My only other release was like the Golden Collection on DVD, which had like no special features whatsoever, and it just had the basic episodes for season 1 and 2, so I figured, look, I had no idea this existed. It's been out since like 2018. It's still available on Amazon, which is where I bought it. I will note that it did come in with some damages on the top corners here. Just these two corners were a bit dented in, only to the point of the plastic cracking, but I sticky taped it up, which you can see there. It looks a bit dodgy, but it's fine. I will also be testing out on my region B player to see if it works, because I know it works on a region A player. I don't know yet as to whether it works on a region B player. I believe it does. I believe it's all regions. The sleeve on the back doesn't specify, whether or not it doesn't work on a region B player, but usually it says region A, but we'll see. But yeah, so what do you get? So on the outside, you get the 50th sticker, you get the Blu-ray. There is a digital code which expired on the 30th of the 9th, 2020. It kind of sucks that it tells you that it expires then. It tells you on the back, which I think is fine, because it doesn't really tell you on the redemption code, but personally, I don't use those codes anyway. I threw it out, but it doesn't work anymore. It might still do. Sometimes they do, but I don't use them, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you get a ghost, you get the, the gates and the tree and everything. The tree actually has eyeballs as well, which is really nice. I'll see if I can get it to focus on that. Still. Really nice overall look. Not anything on the top or bottom. Obviously, there's a sticker under there, but yeah. And then there is a J card, well, just a card as well. It's got some sticky tape around the outside and sticky tape around this side. However, when I opened it initially, and this is what I found to be amusing. Oh, I should probably stick that back together, because that is going to rip off if I'm not careful. The sticky tape here was just already like that, so that's a bit bizarre. Nevertheless, I'll take out the whole kit and caboodle, because it's, again, very flimsy, very easily damageable, but I like the aesthetic of it, and I like that it's good for keeping dust off the main set. This is the back, or the front of your card, I guess. It's just some nice atmospheric stuff. And then the back here details what you get. I'll see if I can not hold on to any text, so you can pause it if you need to. But yeah, so it does come with a good handful of stuff. This is the front of your set. You've got some beautiful embossing. It's basically it still has embossing and debossing, but for the most part, most of it just sticks out. So the frames, they all stick out. You've got some nice reflective gloss and pink behind Freddy, or pinkish purple, kind of a magenta, kind of got a yellowy orange behind Daphne and Velma, and a blue teal color behind Shaggy. You got a green behind Scooby, who's up there on the roof, and you do have the pop vinyl keychain, which you can see him pretty well in there actually. He's actually very visible, which is nice. Most sets I've seen, you can't actually see him in the window. It just depends on how the person puts it in, but for the most part, he looks great in there. You get some action on the side, which is nice. They've detailed it very finely. The other side is the same. It's a different creature and Shaggy instead of Scooby. And yeah, on the back, you've got a bit of a graveyard, a ghost. You got Daphne, who's probably about to get captured. As that happens, and you got the gang again. Really, again, very. You can kind of see how there's a lot of texture just from what the light bounces off of. There's a lot of stuff on here, and on the base, you've got the limited edition. This is number 31,033 out of 50,000. So there is a lot of units. It was my concern that it would run out and that I wouldn't be able to buy it. It came out in 2018. It's 2022. So there's plenty. It did get boxed in a bag. So it was wrapped in a bag and then put in a box that had bubbles around it, but it didn't have bubbles on one corner, which might have been this end, or it was the top end. I don't know. But it might have been damaged before it was even put in the box. So, yeah, I can't really blame Amazon. And I looked at it, I was like, I can sticky tape that. I'm not going to just be like, hey, fuck you, Amazon, you screwed it up. Obviously, I've got to check if the discs work. But yeah, on the inside, you take off the roof, which you can put on the other side. You can do whatever you want with it, really. Just has a little sticker in there to keep him posted. And then on the inside, you've got a handful of contents, of course. You've got your little encyclopedia, which is like a mini version of the main encyclopedia, to the point that I believe it does advertise on the back both the size and page count, like, oh, buy the full book that has over 200 villains and 128 pages, and it's 8.5 by 11, I guess, inches in size. It's American, so I'd imagine it would be inches. But yeah, not too much to go on about in this, but it's cute. Has an introduction to the show, talks about the characters. So you got Scooby, you got Shaggy and Daphne and Fred and Velma. Got the Mystery Machine. Then you got the inside of Mystery Machine. You got some side characters that are basically all featured in the third season, like the Scooby-Doo show, whatever it was called. I don't think it states what they were in. No, it just tells you their name and everything. It doesn't actually stipulate what show that they were in. Yeah. But this is obviously his family. Then you've got Super Friends, which I don't even know if any of these were in the third season, but they were definitely in later seasons. Dynamite and Blue Falcon, I believe, was in the movie Scoob, which I always was annoyed by that, but I'm pretty sure he was a character that already existed outside of the canon. So then you got the Speed Buggy, you've got Vincent Van Gogh, the Flim Flam, Word and Bogle. My God, there's so many crazy ass. These are friends, sure. And you got Batman and Robin, so hence the obvious, top Shaggy and Scooby's top 10 eats, things that they ate throughout the series. Obviously, number 1 is Scooby Snacks, because they like their Scooby Snacks. Got a range of vampires and zombies just to give you a good variation of the characters. Some iconic ones like Dracula as well as revealing who, of course, it was. You got the Wolfman, who's an iconic one. And then you got the zombie and the creeper, again, another iconic one. Doesn't have any of my favorite ones, unfortunately, like, the Captain Cutler the Ghost of Captain Cutler and the Spooky Space Kook. It's my favorite of the villains. And then you got how to make your own Scooby Snacks, and then just some extra little blueprints and designs. So, just a cute little book. Of course, like, the main attraction is the set, which is a fold-out set. I will tell you to be careful because the discs may fall out. My third disc fell out, and I was able to catch it before it fell and probably smashed on the floor. That would have been annoying because that comes with quite a decent selection of episodes, which I believe disc 3, half of disc 3 is actually season 3, and the rest of disc 4 is season 4. So that's your episode selection. It doesn't stipulate what seasons or they are all from, but these are all, I believe they're in an original release order. What a Night for a Night being the first episode. Spooky Space Kook is the simple name from episode 15, which is my favorite episode. Then you got this, which I kind of like how the discs are like this. It feels like a cheaper thing when they have discs where you can see right through them, whatever. But I do like how you can still see the artwork below, which I won't really dive too much into. But yeah, just silhouettes and stuff of all the characters. Because the plastic from that can come out as well. So disc 3 was the one that had fallen out. Disc 4 is missing a piece in its little holder, but for the most part, it works fine. So, yeah. I mean, the artwork does spread around like that, but there's not really much. This is basically like the front of the actual box, but just with... This is basically the front of the actual box, but with Scooby there. And different people in the windows. And that's more like the back of the box. A lot more like the back of the box. Last but not least, I will show that it does come with... well, I guess I should probably take Scooby out first. It really depends. It comes with this foam piece, which is really cool. It makes it very tight of a fit. So the Scooby pop vinyl keychain, which a lot of fans didn't really want or care for, I don't mind it. It's got a cute paint job. I actually already have the regular size version of the Scooby-Doo because I have a few of the Scooby-Doo pop vinyls. But then you got your inside there, which you can't really see, can you? It just has like one ledge, another ledge where Scooby slots in, and then the back. And yeah, I just put it in like so. It's just kind of a sponge, so you can just ram it in like that, and then Scooby's all safe in his little spot. Now I'm going to find out if the Blu-ray works. I know that some people have had minor grievances with some elements of it in terms of how the actual image looks, like slight DNR and stuff like that, but there is clearly a better high definition look to it, as well as some people have been a bit annoyed by elements of, like, it doesn't have like the original broadcast song for like the first 2 episodes or the original opening. Yeah, it has some variations, but not all the stuff that people really want. Alright. So it has English and French audio. It doesn't stipulate what type of audio. I believe that they're just standard mono. It does have subtitles, English for the deaf and hard of hearing, as well as French audio subtitles. Curious. Episode menu. I'll show off here. It does play a little jingle as well, I should mention. But of course, then you've got your selection of episodes, which is cool. So they got 10, that's 11 episodes. I believe that's, oh yeah, so it just goes back and forth. And you can just click play, but I'll just click OK. I'll remove the audio in post. Alright, so I'll mute it for now, but yeah, this, I hadn't even realised it just played automatically. It didn't, this is a Region B player, so it just plays immediately, which is nice. And it looks fine. I mean, there's not really much to say about the transfer too much, I don't think. If I click skip, how many menus do we have? Or does it just skip episodes? Okay, it does have chapter cards, which is nice. Gotta love those chapter cards. Yeah, it looks nice. Like, there's still some minor spots and speckles, but for the most part, it looks pretty cleaned up. Looks nice and sharp, that's for sure. Yeah, for the most part, I think that works out pretty good. I'm gonna just keep the Blu-ray playing for now. But, it looks nice. I have no overall amounts of grievances. A lot of the specs and dirt is gone. There are still things here and there, of course, elements, because, well, you know, they didn't completely remaster the whole goddamn thing. I don't expect a complete, beautiful looking transfer, but in terms of just looking like the classic cartoon, it looks great. So I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy to have the whole thing, so I can always just binge it in one go, which is quite nice. Again, only 3 discs. So that's like, what, a day's viewing, basically, a day or two. And I've never seen the 3rd season, so that'll be quite fun for me. Outside of that, that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more. Of course, you can check out the box set yourself if you don't have it. I got it on Amazon, so yeah, it arranges in that $100 mark for Australians. Of course, import and whatever. If you have Prime, it makes it obviously a bit cheaper, but you know, you can wait for it to go down in price if you're, you know, if you don't want to pay the whole $100. But I can see it being a bit expensive for its price, but then for what you get, it's a nice price. I probably would have preferred it to be a bit cheaper myself, but I did have Prime, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, which was nice. Yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with more Scooby-Doo. No, not really. No, I don't have much else Scooby-Doo to look into. Anyway, Bye for now. Adios.
Delivery label that says, "Deliver to the County Museum." So that's where the old knight was headed for.
That's using the old noodle. But, like, what happened to our mysterious professor?